Hey guys, Level here. Anubis is no longer in the map pool. I think this was a big mistake by Valve. A very large missed opportunity. This map was, one, it looks visually appealing. It's one of the better looking maps. Two, it was fun to play. Like, on T side, like the smoke lineups are not that hard. You know, like that's mid. This is E-box. Like you can like actually, play the game. Um, from a T side perspective, yeah, it was very strong, but it's only strong if your team was good at the game. Like, if you're playing with bad players, then it's anyone's game, right? It's just matchmaking. I really liked this fight right here. E-box fight at the bottom of the steps. I think it was probably one of the more satisfying one-taps you can get in the game on any map. Just because it's like, we're going to run to the bottom of the steps, we're going to fight, and that's going to be that. And I think that, the CTs, it wasn't like a broken fight, right? The CTs can take mid-space, they can contest you, they can win that E-box fight, they can get aggro A main, and swing you, they can, throw nades from the window. Um, I will say, playing as a CT on this map is a real bitch. Like, it was not fun at all. Um, you would basically have to over-rotate to beat smokes. Right, like, if they do an A rush and you don't free rotate and this is smoked off, you have to save your HE to break it. Fight it. Like, you have to fight. You always have to fight. There is no just like playing the numbers, waiting for smokes to fade. Like, it's just a constant battle. And I think it had its own unique charm. I think like even a position like this is quite innovative just with the levels to it. I saw a lot of people play this, like all the anchors, they would play this angle, and like it worked for one or two kills, but I don't know. I think the map design is really good. I just wish they instead of removing it, I mean I don't know if they removed it. I think this is a little stupid. I think this could be like a ladder or just another staircase or something. Um, but I think like Valve really, I don't know if they removed it to work on it, but I feel like they could have just been working on it. Like they've had a lot of time. It's been in a couple major cycles. I think this area needs a little work. I don't really like this elevation. I don't think this box is super helpful. This whole area just feels like this is just a little too high. Maybe just remove like this section right here. And then, make it easier to jump up. This feels like a little cluttered, like, if you're holding this area, they could trim that down. But why Anubis? Like why did they remove Anubis? I feel like the map played fine. It was T-sided. It kind of sucked in pugs sometimes, but like I always felt like I got a competitive game, right? Because even though the map's so T-sided, as long as I get 4 rounds, right, and then I swap sides, I can win if my T-side is good, or I can bring the game to overtime. I mean, this structure is a little stupid. We could definitely clean that up. But I mean, I get it. I get it. I feel like every part of this map was fine, it just needed a little help. And I don't think that is warranting removal from the competitive map pool. I mean, I feel like there's not too many classic games in CS2 at the pro level. But if they're like, I mean, there's been some bangers on this map. Like, I couldn't name them, but like, I just know I do enjoy watching this map as a spectator. And I feel like this map, to be honest, the way you have to hold the B site, like all these like weird angles, and like you have to play off this really well. And it's, you know, the CS2 you're always swinging, right? You're always peeking. So like I feel like a lot of this map was really made for CS2 as opposed to holding angles as you would in CSGO. And I just don't really think they should have removed this map. It needs help, I don't know. I mean, basically them removing this map is an indication that they've given up on this map. Because I feel like you could make some minor updates here and there periodically to try and fix it. And they never did minor updates, you know? You didn't change this door frame. You didn't, you know, I've seen an Austin CS video where he puts like an arch video, like an arch here. I didn't watch it, but like, he does a bunch of updates to like B-man. He changes stuff, right, to see if it plays better. Because the map does need help. And like, I don't know, you could have done anything, man. You could have like, you could have made well, I'm not really sure if it would be T-sided or CT-sided, but like, you could have made like a slope here, like a little water slide, and like I come down and push mid and I fight here, and it like closes the gap from there to E-box, so that way like the T's have to use the E-box smoke, but they can't smoke this, because if they smoke that, like they're missing a smoke. I don't know, you could have done a bunch of stuff. And they just took it out. And I feel like there's other maps that maybe they play better and they're more fair and balanced for both sides, like Ancient. But like, let me just go to Ancient and like point, because I don't really have too many problems with this map. I enjoy playing this map from a pragmatic point of view. Like every round there's a play to make, there's a guy who pushed that you can kill, and you can outplay people on this map. But if I go to Ancient, okay, so run Ancient, right? Like this map, I also think it's a good map, you know, spectator wise, but playing this map is a lot more difficult than playing Anubis, in my opinion. Whether, like, if you're on Anubis and you start CT side, it's very hard to play, but you know what you need to do in order to win, right? In a 5-stack or in solo queue, it doesn't matter. Like, Anubis is, it just, you know, it's very obvious what you need to do to win. This map in Pugs, right? Like, or like, you know, maybe like high elo face it or whatever, like, you're at a clear competitive disadvantage if you don't know like insta smokes. I don't know insta smokes, as I don't you can call that a skill issue. I don't give a fuck. I'm not learning this shit. I literally don't care. Like, I literally spent so many hours in this game that I don't feel like getting better in, you know, in a scenario like this. Like, you play Mirage, there's insta smokes, right? But the window smokes are also very easy to learn, like not insta. Like, there's all types of lineups for the trash can, or weird slopes, or fucking, you look at some stupid tarp and you can smoke shit, and you can just smoke top mid. You don't even have to smoke window, you can just smoke top mid and you can get a round. Like, you can play a real round. But on this map, you start CT side, if you don't know the insta smoke, right? Like, whatever the spawn point is, you look up there. If you don't know an insta smoke, you have to run out, throw some bullshit, right? Because there's no real lineup that exists. And like that's fine, right? But how many times? Oh shit. How many times is it gonna go in there? Why does this exist? Why does this exist to eat smoke grenades and fuck up rounds? Why are we making inconsistencies in the game? And let's say you miss, right? Let's fuck. Like, you know, you play mid, right? And you can't play passive really. I mean, if you're alone, I guess play passive and then just go stack a site, but ideally you're supposed to have two people, right? So like you can't play red room because this gets smoked. So there's no point in standing here. So if you run out and you smoke that and you molly here, and you throw a grenade, and you run out, they're just gonna run through the molly, right? With the flashbangs, okay? You can't go this way because when you go this way, they beat you to this angle, so you die. If you go here, you're just another A player and you're not really fighting for mid. So when two CTs come out mid and they fight with their grenades, because they basically you have to put pressure on it, you're now instantly fighting, which is, you know, it's fine. Okay, there's nothing here, right? Maybe we smoked it. Now I have to jump up here and help my B players, right? Because I can't push. I mean, I could push elbow maybe, right, and go for a fast B flank, but if they're doing a B rush, that's not helpful. So now I have to go here. I have to jump up 1, 2, 3 times where I'm not allowed to use my gun, basically. 1, 2, 3. I could be getting pushed. So now I jump up, right? Now I'm fighting here. Now my entire body is exposed down a ramp to probably 3 AK players, and I'm not getting any help, okay? This is Molly. Maybe I get, this should be Molly too. So now, then like a nade comes in, and then maybe I get a flashbang, right? From my teammates. So there's 3 AKs here, they're staring at me, like people are running up cave, okay? Maybe I have my cave player come help, right? Maybe, right? And he helps, and he swings, and then he's just walking into AK fire that's already meant for me, right? So he's dead, I'm dead. Then there was a guy elbow like lurking in the smoke, right? And he, played the angle correctly somehow to sneak past my teammate that was holding the smoke for me, right? So now we go 1 for 1 here because I die there, and my teammate trades me. My cave player's dead, and then my other B anchor has no util, right? So like from a CT perspective, like playing mid, it's not fun. Like there's not a fun location to play, right? I just explained to you the problem with mid. That's 2 players. The A player basically just sits still, right? He's either like here, or he's fucking here, or he's in temple, wherever he is. He sits still and does nothing for the whole game, which is fine. Like that's honorable. It's honorable, but you're not doing much. You're usually just, in pugs, like people just kind of go B and mid, right? So like you're just rotating. So like that's not fun. On Mirage, like you can help mid, like Mirage B, right? Mirage B, like you're stopping apps. Like the apps fight is an engaging fight. Whether or not it happens a lot or not, like it's an engaging fight. You can push apps. You can help your cat player. Like there's things you can do, right? I don't really feel like there's that much to do on A site. And then like the B player, the only fun location to play is aggro cave, right? So you throw your Molotovs, you flash this, you come in, you fight here, your mid players are with you. But like let's say like, they smoked the molly ramp. Alright? And then they just ran up. And now they're out. And now you're like solo B, your other B player playing long, also smoked out. Maybe they threw this one from spawn. And that smoked off. And, if you're up against good players, this is mollied from the Brolin thing. So now it's like literally a 4v1 on site. That's a bomb plant. Like it's just free. Like this map is dog shit to play as a CT. It's not fun. Like you can play retake A, you can play retake B, you can, you know, leave people off site, but like I feel like the only engaging thing that you can do, at least as a solo queue player, is push cave. Now I don't like pushing cave. One, maybe I'm not good at it, right? Maybe I'm not good at it, but it also there's a lot of factors, right? I need someone to be holding this because when I swing banana, I don't want to get shot in the back, okay? And then let's say they went A or they went mid, and I want to come and shoot them in the back, but there's a B lurk and I died. Like I can't look both ways. It's literally not possible. So I need either a B player to take space, ramp, and get info, or I need mid players to do their job. So what I prefer doing, I have no problem. I can play anywhere. I can play anywhere. I can play cave. I can try to be productive. I think it's better as a solo queue player to be a B anchor, kind of. Maybe not necessarily a cave player. Like when I play cave, I kind of like to sit in cave actually and just kind of hold this and then contest site. Like even if my long player dies, I'll stay right here. I'll play on this box. Because those guys are going to cross site to take long or short, and I'm going to kill them. I think I get a lot of value doing this. I think it helps me win games. But, you know, everyone pushes cave, and I would probably agree that it is better, right? But I think, in my opinion, for my playstyle, it's a lot better to push B ramp, right? Because everything's in front of me, man. Like, I can molly this. I can push this at any point during the round, beginning, mid, late, and everything's in front of me, okay? Maybe there's a guy boosted. I just slowly clear the door frame, man. Like, clear the door frame, clear the close box, clear up there, clear this. Make sure you clear that, fucking clear the blue wall. Everything's in front. Then you know, you have all the info. You have all the info on where the enemy is, basically, at that point. So, like, I think it's fine, but let me just point out some like, you know, I like Anubis, okay? I think it needs help. But this, I have my shadow settings on low and stuff, but there's a spotlight here, right? Where is it? Right there, okay? So if your settings are on high, you can literally see the guy pushing, right? On this door, I think you can do the same thing. I think there's one here. I don't know where it is. But like, you know, like every CT, like it used to be really CT sided, I remember. But like every door frame has a shadow. There's I think even here, right, you can hold, like they show up on that light. Or I don't know, remember exactly, but like, yeah, right here. Where is it? Okay, no, so if you're a T, right? If you're a T, like your shadow is here, and you'll show up right there, right? I think so. Then the same thing, right? Same thing in Cave and Panther, right? You show up. I don't know. I feel like I haven't played. I can't really remember. I'm gonna be honest. I try to avoid ancient like to play, but I feel like there's a shadow basically on 3 of the choke points, at least 3. From the T side perspective, and it's just like, one, as a CT, I don't want to play this way. I don't want to sit here and abuse shadows, right? I don't want to abuse that shadow. I just simply don't. I don't want to do that. It's not fun. It's not engaging. And from the T side perspective, like, why is that fair? Like, why does the CTs get such an advantage using the spotlights? I mean, that's just ridiculous. You can't even avoid it, really. And I think, I mean, even to some degree, it might even go through smokes. Maybe not. I think maybe they fixed that. But this map is it's just built on like dog shit. Like from a competitive perspective, like what are we doing? Um, I think like there's definitely things they could do even with this map where like you could make it. I won't say it's T. I mean, this whole game is T-sided. It's really weird. Like this is supposed to be a CT-sided map, but like the T's do fine. Here's a problem I have with Ancient, actually. So I think the smokes and stuff from T-side are fine. Like, they're not hard to learn or anything. It just takes a lot of coordination. But I think this area is terrible, okay? What the fuck is this cube doing here, bro? Like, make it thinner. It should be this big. It should be a lot smaller. I have no idea why, like, we're here. Like, I shouldn't have to go this far to see around this thing so that I lose vision of this, right? I mean, I'm on 4-3, but, like, I have to go all the way out just to see around it. Now I can't see elbow. Like, what's wrong with me being able to see two locations at once, right? I can stand here, but this isn't a good spot to stand. I usually stand right here. I ignore elbow, like, I usually have a teammate elbow, and, like, I'll just look deep main right here. But what I don't like is this A main area. That is annoying, and then this whole area is just terrible. This, like, if you're a CT, I already explained the spotlight, you get to see them coming, which is stupid. When you push in, the CTs get here first. So this guy can push literally all the way here, which it's like, yeah, maybe he's a free kill, right? Maybe he's a free kill, but in order to do that, you have to respect that they can push here first. So you have to sit here and wait to see if he's going to peek you. Then you go up. You don't want to make noise. You can't make any noise in this area because a guy donut will hear you. Right? A guy donut who ran to donut immediately will hear you guys. Even here, right? He hears you aim in. Which is like, bro, you can't push a main out a little bit so the donut guy can't hear everything if he's already like leaning mid. Seriously? So the CT can push, right? And like I already explained, like you can't make any noise because the donut player will hear you. You have to wait to see if he's gonna peek. And then you walk up the stairs, right? You walk up the stairs, you have to clear on the far right side. Maybe even getting on this thing is helpful. You have to clear this angle. And because of this brick, like, it's kind of hard, to be honest. And like I would argue, if a CT just sat right here, he probably gets a kill. Like he kills one, then he backs up, then he can repeat if he wants, but it's a little stupid. He can kill one, basically has free reign to back up and drop a smoke. And then just leave, right? And then, like, you know, if you want to clear, you can throw a deep nade, whatever. But, like, to have to go out of your way to do something like this is ridiculous. Because what I want to do is just clear this, but I can't do that because he'll see me first. Like, he sees my leg right now, I'm pretty sure. So then you have to hard clear this. You have to hard clear this corner, which has a cubby in it, too. Like, why is there a cubby here? You could smooth that out. And then, while I'm doing all this, right? While I'm doing this, and I can't make any noise, I can't really swing, right? Because if I make a step to wide swing, right? I mean, there's a way to do it, right? That's how you do it. But you have to think so much about how far you can extend your counter strafe without making noise, right? Like, and if you fuck up, right? And obviously when I get randoms in my pug games, like, they're not even thinking about this shit. So obviously they're gonna make noise. That donut guy hears everything. And if you make a step to clear that, and the guy's just chilling right here, you're dead. Or if he somehow managed to cross here, like, let's say, I mean, I think that's a little unreasonable. I don't think he can cross, but he can definitely peek. Let's say, okay, let's say he gets here first. You're not peeking him, so he crouches, and then he just holds along the wall, and then he gets into this angle. Bro, how the fuck are you supposed to clear both angles without making noise? And then you have to turn your mouse all the way to the right in case he peeks you. And then he can even hide here. Like, you have to clear this, right? Especially if, like, maybe he did make contact early, right? And then he smoked, like, here, you know? And then, like, he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna chill right here, bro. I'm gonna call my teammate over. Everything's gonna be gravy, man. My teammate is gonna make contact on this box, right? So, like, I know, maybe it's fucking a liege dog, and he's sitting here, and he's playing this off angle, right? And it's like, that guy's gonna make contact, so he knows, the guy there knows that he's not getting pushed. Like, this whole area is fucking shit. And what I think they should do is push it further this way, so that the donut player can't hear you. And I think they should remove this wall, right? Now, why would they remove this wall? I'm okay with this wall. Okay, I'm okay with that amount of width. But this whole thing can leave, dude, because if I get to here, I should be able to see this whole left side. And this guy should, like, if this guy wants to play here on this box and hold this angle, that's fine, right? Pretend the wall's not here. He can hold this, or he can hold like here, right? But if this guy kills one, he's not gonna get away because this wall won't exist. So when my teammate comes to trade me, he steps up, forward, and swings, and there's no wall obscuring vision. And, like, I can hold W, like, all the way to this box, and I'll catch him because I can cut through. You know what I'm saying? I like to think of it as cash, A site. When a CT would go A main early in the round, he would come through the door. On his right would be the anti-flash box. He'd go past the anti-flash box, and basically once he got past the anti-flash box, the T player would be on his screen, and they would have a fair fight. And let's say that the T player was late. Then he could shift over to lockers and hide lockers and wait for them to push aim in. I think that's basically how this area should go. So if I push this and there's nobody here, then I can push to this wall and wait for them. I think that this whole brick thing should be fucking gone. It's just redundant. Like, it's just so fun. And then, like, let's say, you know, because I would like the T's to come A more. You know, if the A main was pushed away from Donut, then you could do A rushes without it being, you know, called out by the Donut player. So, like, now I'm the CT, right? I'm pushing A main, right? I gotta clear these angles, and then I have to literally hard clear this, because this area fucking exists with a bunch of greenery. And then again, like, this is a problem. Like, this is so big, and, like, it's fine. Like, I've learned to play around it. But I think it should be smaller, just for purposes of gameplay. Like, you can clear all this, and then it's like you have to slow clear everything on this map, because there could be guys hiding anywhere, right? And then it's like, you know, in a lot of rounds they have an elbow lurk, so you still have to shift all the way here and clear out the elbow lurk for your team before you can do anything. Because you can't run through T-spawn, because if you run through T-spawn and this guy hears you outside A main, he's gonna go, oh shit, there's a guy pushing A main. You're dead. You know, solely on the purposes that, like, from a T side perspective, you can't go A main, really. And there's so many spotlights on the doors. I feel like they should have removed Ancient over Anubis. Which brings me to Overpass, right? Like, you remove Anubis. You know, a lot of people were calling for Inferno, which I can understand. Like, it's just not as good. And it's, like, really hard to play, like, CT side. I don't think, like, I think every map has its own playstyle. And I think the playstyle of, I'm sure there's, like, a real way to play it, but basically, like, you're always gamble stacking. I feel like that's not an acceptable way to play, but the map works to some degree. You know, you're not gamble stacking on Anubis. You're taking from a CT side. You're not gamble stacking. You're taking aggro pushes. So you're either pushing B main for early info, if they're not B main, right? Like you're pushing B main to get behind a mid or just have B main space, and then you're gonna lean the rest of your players in the opposite direction. You need to be holding E-box because you can't give that up. Like, and like the mid rotator is always pushing one direction or the other wherever the enemy is, like immediately. On Inferno, like you're gamble stacking at the beginning based off of, you know, whatever the enemies are doing, and I don't think that that's a healthy way to play. And then on Ancient, you're pushing mid, basically. I don't think you need to push anything else. I think you just need to push mid. You can play passive on both sides. And you just don't miss, you just know your utility, know your smokes, know your mollies, and like that's CT, right? That's CT, it's fine. Here, you know, you do your B control, your monster smokes, like you're pushing mid, it's fine. But like, riddle me this, right? Overpass released with CS2 almost 2 years ago, right? They made it. They removed all the water because the map ran like shit. Um, there's no water down here anymore. Um, it's not as good as CSGO Overpass. Okay, like I think there's a bunch. Like I think it's just trash in comparison. I hate the geometry, specifically on the A site. I don't like these boxes. I don't like this wood. I don't like this corner used to be like iconic, and like now you can't even play it. Like this truck is stupid as fuck. This map sucks. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't like it in comparison to old Overpass. So basically, you've re-released a 2-year-old map that you haven't made an update to. And then I'm sure they worked on it a little bit to fix optimization and increase FPS. But you've done that, and now there's no water. There's still no water. There's water on Anubis. It looks beautiful. The water on Ancient is still murky as shit and maybe causes FPS issues on lower end PCs. But like I haven't noticed too many issues. But when I played Overpass with the water 2 years ago, it was like destroying my PC. Like I could not play the map actually. So I'm happy to see that my FPS is higher, at least in a solo server. But and like I like Overpass. Don't get me wrong, right? I like it. I even was hoping to maybe play competitive and get my matchmaking rank up on this map just for fun. Like maybe I just become like an Overpass main and hit global league. Like fuck it. I'm not as enthusiastic about that now because they've put it in the premier pool. And I didn't really want it in the premier pool. Um, and like looking at it now, like they didn't make a single change. It's you've had it in the game for 2 years and you haven't made a change on it. You know, like I mean, I just feel like they're getting lazy. Like, you know, you could have done something really cool, you know? You could have released a cobblestone that you've been building in secret. You could have released uh what's that one? Is it it's not militia, it's like oh, Tuscan, right? Tuscan. You could have released a Tuscan for Premiere. You could have maybe released something new. You could have put cash in. I don't think cash is the answer. I played the new cash. I don't like it. Again, not as good as like 2015 cash. Uh, Overgrown cash, the green cash was like it was fine, but like I I didn't like the CS2 cash. And I don't from a professional play perspective, like I know cash is not a good professional map. I know it doesn't play well. I mean, I'd be interested to see what they do with smokes and stuff, but it would get really stale really quick, I feel. That's cool. I've never noticed it says B-hop disposal. That's pretty sick actually. It's probably my favorite thing about Overpass now. You know, there's just not a change. You know, and I think Overpass is good for competitive play. I think my problem is from a pug perspective, I know a lot of bad players are not good. Like I know from experience that bad players are really bad at this map. Um, it's it's got the two elevation levels. You know, they don't know how to take mid control. They think that connector is a position. They don't know how to play long. Like there's so many problems to solve for players that don't know what they're doing. And that's just a real bitch to play with. I don't think Anubis had those problems, and if they did exist, you could overcome them with individual skill. Obviously, you could overcome them with individual skill if you win mid or you're like one of the best B anchors ever. Um, you know, I'm happy to see like this map because I think it's probably pretty good for oppers. So I'll be excited to see like op highlights from at the professional level. I'll be excited to see like younger talents and like obviously smoke executes are cool, but I like to see younger talents take map control aggression. That's what I like to see. I want to see like 2018 Yakendar, bro. Like that's what I want to see. I want to see DONK on this map. DONK on this map is gonna go so fucking crazy. But I don't know, from a pug perspective, like you already took it out of the map pool for a reason, and then you brought it back, and then you've changed absolutely nothing. And this whole area is just fucking dirt. Like that's not like, I mean, really, I'm looking at dirt and mud. It's kind of sad. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's kind of like couldn't have done anything else. This was the answer. And then like, you know, I feel like they like, you know, you could have removed Inferno, right? We already spoke about it, right? You could have removed Mirage, because like Mirage is getting stale. I know it's like the staple of CS right now because, you know, Dust 2 like fell off a couple years ago. But and like it is like, you know, there's no reason to remove Mirage because it's fine. But if you want to grow as a game, you have to make changes. So like you could have done a Mirage rework or something. It could have ruined the game, yeah. But like putting Overpass in this state It's kind of doing the same thing, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you could have just rebuilt Mirage and made it cool, made it cooler, made it newer, added a new flare, right? You could have, dude, like, Train has been out for, well, apparently they've been working on Trains for over 2 years, right? Because it was supposed to come out, it was in the trailer for the release of the game. Now we're 2 years later, they released it last February, or January or whatever, 2025. So it's been how many months? What, like 5 months or something? Maybe? And like you haven't made a single change? Did you just release a perfect map? Like, do you have, how many pro events have happened? It was played at the like, I guess maybe they were waiting for the major, but like plenty of tier 1 events were played and there was not a single change done to Train. Uh, I mean, really? I know I sound like a little obnoxious or whatever, but like, how do you not even move a box or something, or like change the direction of a train? Like, you've done nothing. How do you? There's obviously ways to improve every single map, and I don't feel like they've even made a single ounce of effort towards doing that. Even here, right? Like, how do you re-release Overpass and there's nothing different in the patch notes? You've had this map in your hands for 2 years. And like, I know 2 years ago they broke this open, but like, let me just ask you, right? Does this really look that cool? Like, does this change anything about how the map's played? Because I don't even think it's well done. And then on top of that, like, the only thing it changes is that I don't have to jump. Like, I can just fall down, and like, that's cool, I guess. I don't have to jump over the railing. It makes it, well, remember I was talking about like those inconsistency things with that ancient mid-smoke where, if you just kind of eyeball it, it can fall behind the wall. This is one of those things that they changed to like remove inconsistencies, and I feel like you can find those literally everywhere. Even here, like, I can't go forward on this, but it looks like I can, right? But I can jump on it though, but I can't walk over a trash can. I have to jump on it. So like, why can't I walk on this trash can? Right? Or a trash bag, whatever. There's so many things they could have done with this game, and I just feel like they don't care at all. I'm not trying to beat a dead horse, but like, I miss these railings. I thought these railings were great, and they're gone. Because I wanted the angle, like, I wanted to stand on it. Now, I mean, it's fine. It's not a big deal, right? I still peek, right? But that's just a cement wall. Like, that doesn't look pretty, right? We're in 2025. You're one of the most played games in PC gaming. You're the icon. You're the role model for FPS shooters. And like, this is what you come up with, is just a cement wall with nothing on it, and it's like a little high, like a cement foundation, cement wall. Like, I don't think they look like this in real life. Find me one that's that fucking high, that's like taller than me. Like, no one is having a this isn't even a realistic location, man. Like, no one's having a picnic here on a cement foundation that's that high. Like, if you really wanted to change something, you could make this whole dirt thing like a hill that goes down. Or maybe open up this, like, you want to change things, you want to make things cool, like, remove this cement and open up the tree. Make it so that I can fight the bathroom opera from here. Right? I want to be able to, like, open this up, man. Why am I staring at a gigantic cement Lego block? Like, make it look pretty. Make it so I come around this tree and then I peek the guy divider and I kill him. You know what I mean? I just, it's just so lazy.